He said she was special. He said she deserved more. He said the promotion was hers. He lied about all of it, but she did not break. She learned, she grew, she won. My name is Sophie. I am 24 years old. I live alone in a small, clean apartment in the city. It is not big, but it is mine, and I like it that way. I work at a company in the marketing department. I am not the manager. I am just a regular employee. But I work very hard every single day. I come on time. I finish my work carefully. I do not make mistakes. My boss's name is Daniel. He is 38 years old, tall, confident, always in a dark suit. When he speaks, people listen. I try not to look at him too long. I just focus on my screen, on my work. That is all I want. One Monday morning, something felt different. Daniel walked past my desk. He stopped. He looked at my screen and said, "Sophie, this report is very clean, very organized." I looked up. I said thank you. He nodded and walked away. But the next day, he came again. He asked questions. He listened. He smiled. A small smile, a quiet one, but it stayed in my mind all day. My colleague Lisa noticed. She whispered, "Daniel never talks to anyone this much." I said, "He is just asking about work." But at night, I thought about his words, about the way he looked at me. It made me feel something I could not name. 2 weeks later, Daniel called me to his office. I sat across from his big desk. My hands were cold. "Sophie, I want to talk about your future here." He told me about a new team leader position. More responsibility, better pay. Then he said, "I think you are ready. I think you deserve this opportunity." My heart beat faster. I felt warm inside. Then he leaned forward. His voice became softer. He said there was a conference dinner on Friday. Important clients, senior managers. He wanted me to come, to talk more about the promotion. I thought about it. It sounded professional. It sounded real. I said yes. He smiled that quiet smile again. The conference was at a beautiful hotel. Big, bright room. Many people in nice clothes. Daniel was there when I arrived. He looked more relaxed, more personal. At first, we talked about work, but slowly, the conversation changed. He asked about my family, my life outside work. He said he felt lonely at the top. His words made me feel close to him. After dinner, he asked me to have one drink at the hotel bar. Just one, to celebrate. I said yes. One drink became two. Two became three. We laughed. We talked about dreams. His hand touched mine on the table. A small voice inside me said, "Stop, think carefully." But I did not listen to that voice. And later that night, I made a decision I would regret. I went with him to his hotel room. I trusted him. I believed he cared about me. That was my biggest mistake. The next morning, the room was quiet and cold. Daniel was already dressed. He was looking at his phone. He looked up at me. His face was different now. No smile, no warmth. "We should go. The morning session starts soon." That was all. No kind words, no soft voice. Just "we should go." I felt something break inside me. Something very small, but very important. At the conference, he walked ahead. He talked to managers. He laughed with clients. He did not look at me once. Back at the office, I waited. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, nothing. I sent him a message. I asked about the promotion. Still processing. Thursday, Friday, nothing. The next week, I asked him directly in the hallway. He looked at me like I was a stranger. "These things take time. Please be patient." His voice was cold. His eyes were empty. That night, I could not eat. I could not sleep. I kept thinking about his words. "You deserve this opportunity." Were they real, or were they just words to get close to me? Then I found something online. A photo, Daniel, smiling. A woman beside him, 2 small children. Under the photo, the words, "Happy anniversary to my wonderful family." My hands shook. He had a wife, he had children. He never said one word about them. All his kind words, all his attention, all his promises. They were lies, every single one. The next morning, I walked into Daniel's office. My hands were shaking, but my voice was clear. I put my phone on his desk. The photo was on the screen. He looked at it. His face went still. "You never told me you had a family." He said nothing for a long moment. Then, "This is not the place for personal conversations." Anger rose inside me, but I stayed calm. "You used the promotion to get close to me. That is wrong. And I am going to report it." He said, "No one will believe you." I said, "Maybe, but I will tell the truth." I walked out. I went straight to the HR office. I told them everything. 1 week later, the investigation was finished. They found his messages. They found the evidence. Daniel lost his manager position. He lost his power over me, and I finally felt free. 3 weeks later, I found a new job. A better company, a better team. My new manager was a woman named Miss Carter. She was professional, kind, and fair. On my first day, she said, "Sophie, we are glad to have you here." Those simple words made my eyes wet. Not from sadness, from relief. I worked hard. I focused on my skills, on my growth. No one there looked at me the wrong way. No one made me empty promises. I learned something important from Daniel. Real respect is not given by a boss. It is earned, it is chosen, it is kept. And I learned that I had value. Not because someone told me, but because I believed it myself. Today, Sophie is not the quiet girl who was afraid to speak. She is a woman who knows her worth. She made a mistake. She trusted the wrong person, but she did not let that mistake define her. She used it to become stronger. And that is the most powerful thing a person can do.